Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning. Today we're going to be in Genesis 29 through 30, and then Matthew 9. Chapter 29 and 30, we're going to hear about Jacob and Leah and Rachel and their whole story. We hear about Jacob and his story a little bit more. It's funny, kind of. You kind of reap what you sow, and Jacob was deceitful with Esau, and we see this kind of come around a little bit. He fell in love with Rachel, who was the younger sister, and made an agreement with his with her father that he'd work 7 years for her hand in marriage, and worked to 7 years. And how they did it back then is they'd wear a veil, and they would enter a tent and consummate their marriage, physically. And anyways, he thought he had Rachel in with him in his wedding night, and they got out the next day, and he come to find out that he had laid with Leah, and in actuality married her. He went and asked Laban. He says, "What in the world did you do to me?" He said, "I worked 7 years. How dare you deceive me?" And that's kind of where sowing what you reap, or reaping what you sow, comes into play a little bit. How he was deceptive, and now he's on the other side of it. To me, it's comical a little bit to kind of see how this all plays out. And then, Laban tells Jacob that, he has to work another 7 years if he wants Rachel. And he does. And there's some hardships, and there's some lessons here as far as, allowing God's plan to play out and seeing what he has for us, because, we're not always blessed the way we think we should. And Rachel wasn't able to have kids, and Leah was, and at first, Rachel was the preferred one, and then Leah became that because she was having children, and Rachel decided, I want children, not directly, but I'm going to give you a servant, and you go lie with her and have babies with her, so she can have children for me. So just a lot of different things going on in this scripture, as far as how it plays out, and really just realizing, that how we do things, sometimes it comes back at us, and that always tells me God's got a sense of humor. And to me, that's kind of what's going on here. It's like, okay, well, you did this, we're gonna lay this on your plate now. So I just pray that this morning you're gonna get into church. If you don't have a home church, I'd love to have you come and join us at Bloomingdale Friends, and we have service at 10:30. And if you're seeing this early enough, 9 o'clock is our Sunday school, and 10 o'clock is fellowship time with coffee and donuts. And I have a good source, and it says Wilma brought some Wheelhouse donuts for us for this morning. So hope to see you. If it's not our church, get in God's house somewhere. God bless you all. We'll see you in the morning.